Hey y'all, it's me. You can see Junior in the background. I have Cash in the background to try to get this done before everyone wakes up this morning. So work with me, y'all, okay? As you probably already know by the description, this is a story time video. So y'all don't even know, but I got stories for days, okay? For days. This is about a time where I got arrested when I was 8 months pregnant with Cash. This is the first and last time I've ever had police contact because, you know, I mean, let's just be real, shot and motherfuckers is getting away with this shit. I don't like to deal with them in any way, shape, or form, but of course, this particular time was outside of my control. I had a car, my plates were expired, and I was pregnant and I was, you know, preparing for the baby. I don't even think I had realized that my plates were expired, and I was doing laundry, you know, one morning, and I was like, hey, you know, forget it, kids get in the car, let's go get a Slurpee, you know, take a break from cleaning. It was a Sunday, so I was like, yeah, you know, let's just take a drive across town and we'll go to the gas station across town, like that. So we went to the gas station that was in our old neighborhood across town. It was like 20 minutes away from where I live. So then I'm in the car, you know, just, you know, we're jamming to my music, like, yeah, this is my song. Guys, don't you like this song? Sometimes the kids in the back, like, yeah, don't y'all like this song? I see this cop roll up behind me. Normally I'd be like, you know, whatever, it's not a big deal. But I seen this cop roll up behind me. I was in the turning lane, the far left turning lane, and then I was the first one at the light. And then I seen him pull up behind me, and then he was kind of just like looking, and then he pulled back, got into the lane next to me, and then was like looking, and I was like, at that point I was like 10 and 2, like, oh shit. So I, you know, I go ahead and turn, and then he flashes me. So I'm like, okay. So I pull right over. I'm like, okay guys, you know, we're getting pulled over, just be calm, whatever. Kids, they didn't even know what was going on. They're like, ah, why are we stopping? I'm just like, you know, just hold on a second. He was like, how are you doing? You know, things like that. And I was like, oh, I'm okay. I'm just on my way back to the house. We just came to get Slurpees. He was like, okay, well, did you know that your plates are expired? And I was like, no, I didn't realize that they were, but, you know, I guess they are. And then he's like, okay, well, can I get your license or registration, insurance, blah, 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 whatever. So I give him all my information. He goes and he runs it through the system. It comes back that I have a bench warrant for a ticket, for FTA, failure to appear on a ticket. It was a traffic ticket from actually literally like 2008. I had a warrant for 7 years and didn't even know. He's like, I would let you go a ride on it, but, you know, and just tell you to take care of it. But it's been so long. It's such an old warrant. The judge is going to ask me, thank you. Judge is gonna ask me why I didn't arrest you, and I'm like 8 months pregnant, so what in the world is going on? He's like, well, do you have anyone who can come get your kids? And I'm like, it's really setting in on me that a bitch is finna go to jail pregnant. And Mom was like, so I'm like, Mom, you know, I need you to come down, get my car, get the kids, and because they're trying to arrest me because I have a bench warrant from 7 years ago. My mom comes down and she parks her car in like a parking lot and takes my car and my keys, and I give her all my stuff, like, here, you know, just take my kids to the house, whatever, go, you know, just take care of them, and I'm gonna go see what's going on, I guess. And I have to say this because of everything that's been going on lately in the news. Like, I used to never like be afraid of cops. And as nice as this guy was, I was scared to death because this is probably not that long after a woman had like got killed or something mysterious happened after she got pulled over for a traffic stop, and she went to jail for it, and then she died like 24 hours later or something like that in custody. Like, there was just been so much going on in the news regarding people just dying in custody and just mysterious shit, and these cops are getting away with it. I'm like, I got kids to come home to, babies to come home to. I can't be getting pulled over on a traffic stop and end up dead. Nervous as fuck because I've never been to jail before. I've never been arrested before. I've never had that type of police. I've hardly even ever been pulled over. So I was like really nervous. You know, so he cuffs me, cuffs my hands and back. And actually, technically, I found out later that he was supposed to like cuff me with my hands in front because I was pregnant. Put me in his car, and thank God, the drive to the police station was like right up the street. When I got to the station, like, I was sitting there, and it's just weird. It's a whole different situation. Anybody who's gone to jail knows it's just a whole like population of just dirtiness. Like, I was just sitting there, police officer was just watching the game online. My mind was somewhere else. I'm like, I can't believe I'm here. Okay, I don't want to be here. I need a phone call. I need a call because I need to, you know, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pregnant. I can go into labor technically anytime, and I ain't got time for this shit. Like, I need to be gone. I need to be home. You know what I'm saying? I got babies and that I'm worried about. And he's talking about shit that don't matter, like this game, and he's like, oh yeah, da, 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 da. And I'm just like, ha, 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 ha. So when do I get a phone call? And I got to pee. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on here? It takes me several fucking hours to get processed in. Finally get a phone call, and I'm calling, and nobody's answering the fucking phone. My mom's not answering her phone. I gave her my cell phone. She's not answering my cell phone. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I need to check on my kids. That's the first thing that's on my mind. Like, I need to check on my kids. I need to get the fuck out of here. And I was like trying to call my dad. I was trying to call everybody. Like, I need to get bailed out. Like, otherwise I'm gonna have to spend the night here. The dude who was letting me to have my first free phone call was like, okay. I was like, I can't get anybody on the phone. So does this count? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here, and nobody's answering the phone. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just sit here and hopefully, you know, they know where I'm at and they come get me out. I'm sitting in the cell, this crazy drunk bitch. I don't know what she got arrested for, but I guess she had got into some type of fight or something like that, and she's just in there crying and talking like, I'm not supposed to be here, and blah 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 blah. And I'm just sitting here looking at this bitch like, oh, like I'm too pregnant and too tired and too irritated for this shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about your problems, bitch. Clearly I got problems too. So I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, oh, I wish this bitch would shut the fuck up. Like, you know, so she just is talking. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. One of the police officers comes to the cell where I'm at with this chick, and he's like, okay, you're getting ready to get released. You're getting bonded out. And I was like, thank God. I guess he had said my dad had called somebody. I'm like, cool, I'm happy with that. You know what I'm saying? And like about 5-10 minutes later, he comes back. He's like, oh, your bond has been canceled. You're gonna go ahead and finish getting processed in. And I was like, excuse me? He's like, I don't know, the bond's been called and said that your dad didn't come through when he said he was going to, or something like that. Let me just, side note right here, my dad is an asshole. Half of the things that he says he's gonna do, he doesn't do. Okay, so now I'm pissed because I'm like, I'm mad at my dad. Like, what the fuck happened to where you got me up in here and I'm 8 months pregnant? I don't got time for this shit. Like, I gotta be at home. Like, my kids got school tomorrow and I got to, you know, like, what the fuck? I got shit to do. I get processed in. That you get, like, I think 5 minutes to get out and make phone calls. And so I'm calling, and basically the only person that would answer is my sister. And I'm like, dude, I've been trying to get in hold of somebody since yesterday. What is going on? I need you to call. She's like, I talked to your mom. You know, the kids are okay. She thought your dad was going to come get you out, but she's going to come get you out. La, 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 la. And I'm just like, you know, you guys need to get your shit together because I can't call and check on my kids because nobody's answering the phone. I don't know if they're okay. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Did they go to school today? What, you know, what is happening? Long story short, they took too long. Okay. They took too damn long to come get a bitch out of jail. Okay, so my ticket from 7 years prior was not from the county that I got pulled over in. Not if you don't get pulled over in the county that it's from, or that you got issued the ticket from originally, they will take you to that other jail. I waited and they took me over to the other jail. The other jail was processing me in, and it was way worse than the first jail. Okay, I was in like this skinny long ass hallway with like 14 to 17 other bitches. It's hot, it stinks, there's a bathroom, a toilet, it's trifling. There's a water fountain to get water that's attached to the fucking toilet. So I'm not drinking that shit because that don't even seem like that's the right flow of a process that way that's supposed to be. Like, I don't trust all that. I guess my mom had called up there and they told her that I was going to see the judge and I would probably get released anyway. So she didn't come get me out. She just left me there. So yeah, she got cussed out for that after, y'all. She did. I was in that holding cell for 14 hours. 14 fucking hours. I didn't even think that shit was legal. I went to see the judge, and you know, the people were like, yeah, clearly she's super pregnant, so let's get her on out of here. I got my papers to be released. I go back and they're like, well, you have to go back into this holding cell. So I was in a holding cell by myself, but I was in there for like an hour and a half, and then people were I mean, I'm just waiting for somebody to come and open the fucking door and be like, okay, let's get you out of here. And no one was saying that. So I'm like, you know, at the door, and I'm like, can somebody help me? I'm looking like, ma'am, what's your problem? Like, you know, we ain't got time for this. And I'm just like, look, I'm super pregnant. I'm having contractions. And I'm not feeling good. I need to get out of here. I have my papers. How long is it gonna take me to get processed? They're like, about 4 or 5 hours or so. It just depends. And I'm like, oh no, see, because I'm not feeling good. I'm having contractions. I gotta go. So they call the nurse over, and the nurse is like taking my blood pressure. I really was having contractions, y'all. But I knew they was Braxton Hicks contractions. I know my body. I've had enough babies to know when it's real and when it's not. But I was using that as a leverage to get the fuck out of there early. He's just back there looking at himself. He's so cute. Look at him, guys. He's just looking at himself in his little mirror. Oh, I love him. And they were like, well, what would you normally do? And I'm like, go to the doctor. He's like, okay. He's like, yeah, you know what? We don't need you having a baby here. So let's go ahead and speed this up. I was out of there in 15 minutes, y'all. I sped that up from 5 hours to 15 minutes. Your girl was not staying there another hour. Called my sister because my mom had to go to work. Come take me to get some food. I'm hungry. Let's go eat. And then I'm going to go get my car and get my kids, get my babies, and I'm going home. Basically, long story short, y'all, that's how that went. It was horrible. I will never go back to jail. I am not. See, I ain't got time. Nope. I do not have time. Okay? But that was my running with the law, y'all. Okay? Story time is over. That was, you know, a little hard just going reliving that for you guys. You know what I'm saying? That was a little difficult for me. I didn't like that situation at all. But anyway, that's all for that story. I will see you guys next vlog.